Good evening. Welcome to another episode of OmenG's Stupid Scary Stories. It's been another one of those weeks. Been dealing with some nonsense. I call it nonsense because it's nonsense. So tonight's story is more of me venting and less of me telling stories. I apologize once again because there's no therapy people out here that I've been able to find, at least not in the immediate area. I've traveled quite far to get it. They don't do any of this telehealth shit. And the people I used to deal with are like, oh, well, you've been discharged and you're no longer in the city. No, we can't help you. You can't listen for like 5 minutes. No, sorry. Bye. Hang on. So, you guys watching this are my therapist for today. I'm going to sit down on the couch here. You can charge me by the minute or by the hour, however you see fit. Doesn't matter to me, As long as I get off my chest things I need to get off my chest. It's like a weight, big, heavy, fucking anvil. Like the ones you see in cartoons. Fucking Roadrunner is running and shit. Supposed to smash him, but somehow, for whatever strange reason, it always fails. Wile E. Coyote goes there to investigate why his trap didn't go off the way it was supposed to. And in doing so, he ends up getting smashed by the damn thing that was supposed to smash Roadrunner. Then he comes back, laughs at him. Well, he doesn't laugh. That's fucking Woody Woodpecker. But you know what I'm saying. He does his little, run, takes off. The dumbass Wile E. Coyote keeps on trying. After like the second time, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna stand here with a fucking shotgun, right? I don't understand why he never just grabbed a shotgun. It's just a fucking shotgun. You know what I'm saying? And just shot the motherfucker as soon as he came over towards the little birdseed. Because he always comes and gets the birdseed. Or why doesn't he poison the birdseed? Fucking put some goddamn cyanide in that shit. Fucking Roadrunner come over there and drop fucking dead. But no, it's not what he does. What does he do? A whole bunch of intricate shit details fucking in the making for him to fail. Repeatedly. Always fails. That's kind of how I feel right now. I kind of feel like fucking Wile E. Coyote. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Wile E. Coyote. Except I'm not doing, well, I guess I am doing dumb shit. Yeah, except the shit that I'm doing is not dumb in the sense that it is stuff that you should do. But it's dumb because the person I'm doing it for has absolutely no appreciation for the fucking things that I do at all. None. Whatever. None whatsoever. It's like, finds the littlest, tiniest things. The littlest, tiniest things. The tiniest things, right? I mean, okay. Yeah, let's just create a scenario out of nowhere, right? You walk in the house. Everything's as it always is, normal. You see this small, minuscule, tiny ass, itty bitty crack. Little tiny crack. It's been there for ages, right? It's been there for ages. You've seen this thing a zillion times. You know what I'm saying? It's like part of the family. Hey, crack, how you doing? I'm fine. How about you? Just hanging out on the wall here. Yeah, I see that. Have a nice day. Going about your fucking business, No. Instead of doing that, you have a full-on goddamn fucking mental breakdown. Oh! Wall. Crack in the wall. I can't take this. Irrational, right? Completely irrational. what I the type of shit that I have to deal with on a regular basis. Day in, day out. Reminds me of this time, right? This guy from another dimension, like, traveled to my house. I don't know how or why, but like, he popped up, just walking around, and I could tell he wasn't from around here because he had different clothing. Instead of Ralph Lauren, it was like Jack Morin and shit like that. Just off shit. It looked like our shit, but it wasn't the same names. It was strange. Instead of Tommy Hilfiger, it was Bill Wilfiger. Like, oh shit, Bill Wilfiger. That's a weird name for a clothing person. It doesn't sound very fashionable. But, like I said, things were off. They were off. And I noticed this immediately. I'm like, hey, you. He's like, who? What, me? Yeah, you. The only person I see walking down the street right now. You see somebody else? No, actually, I don't. Well, then, you. How you doing? Where are you from? Not from around here. Where'd you get your clothes? Some, like, off-brand Kmart? Actually, there are no more Kmarts. I know that, but I'm just saying, your clothes look weird and strange. And I'm wondering where you're from, because you're obviously not from around here. No, I'm not. I know that. I just told you that you're not from around here. I don't need you to confirm it. I know this for a fact, that you're not from around here, because nobody walks around here. So what are you doing? What are you doing, huh? I'd like to know. I'm curious. I'm from another dimension. Ah, another dimension you're from, you say, huh? What dimension are you from? Don't worry about that. It's none of your business. You gonna come visit or something? No, actually, I haven't yet invented interdimensional travel. I can go back and forth in time and shit, shrink myself, but I haven't yet invented interdimensional travel. But enough of the questions of me. How about I ask you some questions? Come, sit on my porch. We'll chit chat there instead of standing in the middle of the street. Not that I'm worried about car hitting us or anything, because there's very rarely a car that drives down here. But, just so we don't look like a couple of douchebags, let's sit down. So we go sit on my porch. Or the porch. It's not mine. I gotta stop saying things like that. Remind myself. No comfort should be had. But that's not the point. The point is I'm sitting down with this international traveler. Right? Strike up conversation of sorts. I ask him a few questions about where he's from. He still doesn't want to tell me exactly where he's from, but he tells me about it, describes it, and it sounds a lot like here. Not much different. Just names are different. Names of cities aren't the same. It's not New York. It's not Chicago, But geographically, they exist the same way that they exist in our dimension. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, Texas is still Texas, but it's not named Texas. But it's still the same borders, just not the same state. I think he said it was like, I don't know what he said it was, because I didn't ask him about Texas. I don't fucking live in Texas, and I can give two shits about fucking Texas. Nothing against Texas. So don't anybody who might be from Texas get offended because I said I don't give a shit about Texas. You don't give a shit about where I live, trust me. If I say, I live in such and such a place, you'd be like, never, don't give two fucks. Don't care about it at all. As far as I know, if you're from Texas, all you care about is Texas. The Texan is a Texan until the Texan's blood is run out of him and he's dead. And even after that, he's still a Texan. He comes up as a ghost. Hey, remember the Alamo and me, because I'm not gonna go away. I'm gonna live forever. Texas strong, right? Is that the? See, I don't even know what the fucking motto is. Like I said, I don't care. Sometimes I don't even give a fuck about the place I live in. I was from Connecticut, born and raised. But that's not the point. Come on, people, don't get me sidetracked. I'm talking to this interdimensional traveler guy, and he's telling me about the places he lives in and stuff, but he won't tell me what it's called. It's not even called the United States. It has some other weird name that I can't think of right now, because it was just weird to me, and I just was like, I'm not going to call it that. I'm going to call it the USA, because that's what it is, and that's where we live. Just because you're in another dimension doesn't mean I'm not going to call it the USA. Anyway, in his dimension, things were a little bit different. right? The less money you had, the more important you were. You know what I'm saying? It was weird. Because, like, if you were broke, it was considered a status symbol. Unlike here, where if you're broke, you're, shit out of luck. Rich people are looked down on. It's like, look at you with all your money, buying things. We beg. Bums are like the most respected people in their dimension. Walking around stinking and shit. Begging for shit. Don't got shit. Live in a box. But yet, no. They're prestigious. Like, people strive to be bums in this dimension. The guy I'm talking to is like 3 levels above a bum. Or below. Yeah, he's 3 levels below a bum. Rents his apartment. Has a job. And stuff. And he hates it. Because he wants to be a bum. But I'm not sure exactly why he can't just quit his job and become a bum. Let me see if I remember. Oh, yeah. There's like laws and things. Police don't go around beating on bums or poor people. It's exactly the opposite. They see a rich guy and they're like, how much money do you have? Who, me? Yes, you, motherfucker. How much do you have? I make like $1 million. Beat him down. Arrest him. Politics is so much different there as well. Instead of like all this filibustering and like political bullshit that they usually do and stuff, like he was telling me about it, right? And I was intrigued and interested, so I was like, yo, why don't you take me back so I can see how you guys live? Because this sounds, kind of cool. It's not cool here where we're at. We're on the verge of nuclear war. Politicians are fucking ruining the world for everybody just because they don't like their stock options and shit. So it's like, hey, let's start wars and start manufacturing more guns and bombs and tanks and shit. Start shit with countries that we normally don't start shit with, but we're gonna start shit with them anyway. In fact, let's start shit with the country that makes all the shit we buy. Why not? Because who cares? Fuck it. We make bombs. We don't have them making that for us, so we can make more bombs. We'll make America great again by bringing back wartime manufacturing. You know what I'm saying? It's like the mindset that I think most of these politicians around the world have right now is let's kill a whole bunch of innocent people, and in the meantime, we'll put a whole bunch of money in our pockets, right? Because why not? The sad thing with this whole war in Ukraine is, Russia started it and shit, but those soldiers didn't start that fucking war. They fight because they don't have much of a fucking choice. They're getting slaughtered over there. Slaughtered. It's only been a fucking year, and more people on the Russian side have died than lived in the city that I'm originally from. That'd be like if I woke up one day, right? Went outside, and every person in that whole entire city was dead. Except for me. Which would be kind of cool at first, because I'd be like, oh shit, I have the run of the whole city. But then I'd remember, I'm the only one in the city, so there'd be nothing to fucking do. What, am I gonna go to the store and buy what? Nothing, because there won't be anybody fucking there to sell me the shit that I need to buy. Although it would be kind of cool to just take what you want, but it probably wouldn't work that way. It'd be just my luck. They'd have some kind of like robot running it. But that's not the point. I went back to this guy's dimension, and he showed me like how the politicians do things there, right? They have Congress and Senate and shit, and they come up with laws and things, except the way they go about passing laws is rather than sit there and argue about signatures and shit like that, they have brawls. Like fucking WWF back in the day, remember that? It's like WrestleMania 20 type shit, where it's like one wrestler goes down to the ring and he's fighting the other wrestler, and they're like beating the shit out of each other real quick, and then like maybe 2 minutes later, another wrestler comes running down to the ring and he hops in, and you never know which side he's gonna choose unless, of course, it's like the good guys versus the bad guys, and of course you have the heels or whatever the fuck they call them. You know, they came up with this like whole goddamn classification later on when they started really making it super fake. I mean, we knew it was fake back in the day, but like they really killed it with the fakeness as time went on. I mean, Vince McMahon used to be some little skinny dude in the suit. Then all of a sudden he's like fucking jacked, beating the shit out of motherfuckers. That's like, dude, goddamn owner, sit down, count your fucking money, stop wrestling. You know it's fake when the owner jumps in. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happens if you lose to the owner? That's not the point. You know, just stop asking me these questions in my mind and getting me sidetracked. Anyway, like I said, their whole political process is a big ass brawl like WWF, WrestleMania, fucking battle of the best. You know, people who support whatever the bill is start off fighting against the people who don't support what the bill is. You know what I'm saying? And you'll have a few people that don't really care either way, whether the bill passes or doesn't pass. And they'll kind of sit out on the sidelines. But then, you know, the crowd will start cheering. Oh, yeah, calling them punks and bitches and shit. And then, you know, they'll go in there and choose a side. Usually whatever side is winning, obviously. You know what I'm saying? It was awesome. It was coming up with this new bill, right? And the bill was that all rich people have to get their ass kicked on sight by anybody. It was legal to kick rich people's asses. You know what I'm saying? Rich people were hiding in their homes. Not because they were afraid of being robbed. No, because nobody wanted money. Nobody wanted money at all. People couldn't get rid of it fast enough. I mean, people literally, because you couldn't just throw it away. It had to be wasted in ways that made sense to them but wouldn't make a lot of sense to us. Like, for instance, you can't burn it unless, of course, you have no other fuel in your home to burn, so then you could burn money, right? But it was perfectly okay to wipe your ass with it if you didn't have toilet paper. And what I noticed in this land was an overabundance of toilet paper. They couldn't get rid of the stuff because people were wiping their asses with money. And the rich people had so much of it that, you know, they weren't allowed to not buy toilet paper. They had to. Like, it was like, no. You have money. We're not going to hear any of this wiping your ass with your money. You have millions. Like, people like Jeff Bezos and fucking Elon Musk. Remember that kid in school? Everybody used to fuck him up all the time. Just bully the shit out of him or her. Just for the pure purpose of their existence. That's how it was for people like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. They would just beat these guys up mercilessly every day. So that was the bill that they were trying to pass, was the bill of kicking rich people's asses on site wherever you seen them. It was legal. Can't kill them, but you can sure as fuck give them a nice ass whooping. Bam, bam, pow. Even the cops will get in on it, right? So obviously, you had a few of the senators and congressmen and shit, representatives, that were for not letting these people get their asses kicked because they represented these rich people. And the rich people were like, no, we don't want to get our asses kicked just because we're rich. It's fucked up. No, we're not going to do that. We don't want to get our asses kicked. So please, represent us in Congress, or we're going to give you money. You're going to give us money? Yeah, we're going to give you money. We're going to give money to your campaign. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't give us money. We don't want your money. Oh, well, if I give it to you, you have to take it. No. Okay, listen. We will fight to the death. Well, not to the death, but we'll fight hard to make sure that they don't, So that's what was on the table. And these motherfuckers were fighting hard. They were fighting hard. Because they knew what would happen if they lost. If they lost, these dudes were going to donate money to their campaigns. And once that happened, they would be rich people too. And then they would get their asses kicked. So this match was going crazy. Chairs were coming out of nowhere. You seen chairs flying into the crowd, flying out of the crowd, coming out of the fucking ceiling, falling into the place. ladders set up, guys jumping off of them. Oh! Leg drops, pile drivers. All that wrestling shit that, people were used to seeing happen. I saw this one guy, he had somebody in the crossface, yanking his head back and shit. And some guy just like drop kicked that guy that was holding the other guy's head back, drop kicked him. He falls over, the dude's face plants into the mat. Then some other guy jumps off the side of the cage that's around the ring, lands on the guy who's face planting the mat. As he's trying to get back up, he face plants again. Some of the crowd was getting all riled up. Referee lost control of the match. Turned to an all-out bloodbath. All-out bloodbath. Minus death. There wasn't a lot of dying in this dimension, which was kind of cool. So I was thinking to myself, maybe I'll come to this dimension. I'm unemployed right now, so that pretty much makes me a bum. Right? I'll go live there. Be respected. Like, oh my God, you don't work? No, I don't work. How much money do you have? A couple of dollars. A couple of dollars? Yeah, a couple of dollars. Like maybe $30. $30? Jeez, that's a little bit of money. Yeah, it is a little bit of money. You can buy hardly anything with that. I know, I'm gonna have to go begging. You beg? Not really, but I'm about to start. It seems to be a real prestigious thing around here, begging. Oh my God, you don't know how much it is. Begging is like the most respected profession in all of the land. So can I get $5? Sure! Hand me $5, that's another thing there. People are so eager to get rid of money because people don't usually ask for it. A bum would usually beg for things, not, money. Like, can I have some of your food? Sure, bum! Because that means they have to go out and buy more food, which means they spend their money. And then they have less. No motherfuckers will call out of work just so their paycheck will be short. They don't even have to be sick. They'll just be like, oh, I won't have enough money to pay rent. Yeah! Real backwards place. Now, anyway, at the end of this big-ass fucking WrestleMania brawl, it ended up being that the rich people lost. That's right, they lost. Oh my God, they lost. And I was kind of happy about it. Because there's one thing I've always wanted to do in real life is beat the shit out of one of these smug billionaires. Not the hardworking people who earn their money from like hard work and shit. Don't have much, but what they have. I'm talking about these motherfuckers who have so much goddamn money they can't even spend it. Yet no, they want to pay their people like fucking pennies. Put them in that dimension, see how they feel when their workers are seen as much better than they are because you have too much money. Too much money? What do you mean I have too much money? I would just like for Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos to wake up in that dimension. Like one day just wake up like, oh, life is great. I made another $700 million in like 2 minutes. And I didn't do a goddamn thing. Hope my workers are happy. No, they wake up like, oh. And don't tell them either, right? Let it be a fucking surprise. So that they go outside and shit. And, since they're high-profile, famous, rich people, people will know exactly who the fuck they are. They'll be walking down the street one day, thinking everything is everything, right? They're fucking security, who they're not paying that much either. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they're paying them well. I don't know. They probably have, like, hits on their fucking family, like, if you don't protect me with your life, I'll take your family's life. So these guys, do it for pennies because they don't want their families killed. Because, rich people do fucked up shit. They do fucked up shit. They're worse than us in most cases. How do you think they get all that fucking money? They sure as fuck don't get all that fucking money being nice and happy and, oh, yeah, we're good people. No, they've murdered tons. Whether by their own hand or in some indirect way, they do murder people. Anyway, right? So back to me saying what happens when, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and all these other douchebags with more money that they can ever spend, but yet no, I don't want to pay their workers a decent fucking living wage and expect them to work themselves to death. To death. You know, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk meet at this little cafe that they always go to together. Not that they really do go to these places together, but for the sake of my story, let's say they go to these places together and have coffee and shit, espressos. They go in, you know, like I said, they have no idea that they're in a dimension where rich people, by law, can get their asses kicked just for being rich, right? They're sitting down, they're enjoying their espresso, sipping on it like a couple of douches, right? People are looking at them. And they're thinking that they're looking at them like, we envy you. And they're just like, we don't envy you. As soon as you guys are done with those espressos, you're gonna catch the fucking ass whipping. Rich motherfuckers. Now, of course, like I said, they're just thinking that these motherfuckers are hating on them because they're rich. You know, they're used to it. They deal with that here in this dimension. But they're not aware that they're not in this dimension. So, you know, they finish their espressos and they walk out. And of course, the person behind the counter is like, not really caring that they haven't paid. So once again, they still think they're in their land because these motherfuckers usually go to some shit they partly own anyway. So them popping in, and this is what's so pompous about these fucking assholes. These rich pieces of shit who own shit walk into one of their own establishments and they don't pay and feel like, oh my god, the people who work for them are like, oh my god, that was Jeff Bezos. Oh, that was Elon Musk. Oh, it was such an honor to serve them. And have my till come up short and have my manager up my fucking ass today asking me why is it short? Why'd you give away 2 lattes? The owners of the company came in. I don't give a flying fuck. You pay for their shit. Your fucking till's not supposed to come up fucking short, you fucking jackass. I told you that shit a million times. No, it's not like that here. It's not like that in this dimension. In this dimension, motherfuckers don't care about the money. So, you know, they walk out the motherfucking door. They're thinking everything is everything. You know, like I said, pompous, jackass, arrogant fucks that they are. Like, yeah, that's right. We walk into our own places. We don't pay because why should we? They get outside. They're standing there. They're wondering where the fuck their driver is. He comes flying around the corner with the fucking stretch Bentley. Pulls up to the curb, hops out. They're thinking he's about to go open their door, right? Walks up on them, punches them both in the face. Bow! Bow! They're in shock. They can't believe that their driver just punched them. They're thinking to themselves, does this motherfucker realize that I'll fire him? He'll have no job. No money? Yeah, go ahead, fire him. He doesn't care about the job, bitch. Or the money. In fact, you'd be doing him a favor. So, of course, you know, I don't know if it was Jeff or Elon. One of them says some dumb shit like that. I'll fire you! You'll never be able to get a job anywhere around here ever again. Dude kicks both of them in the nuts. Now, a crowd is starting to gather because they see that this guy is beating up people. So they already know. He must be beating up some rich dudes. Now, of course, they don't know who Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk are in their world because they don't exist there. But they know since this guy is beating them up and the way they're acting, they must be rich or something. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Now, that's when Jeff or Elon, don't know which one, could care less. This shit would probably come out of either one of their fucking mouths. I can buy your whole family! As soon as that was said, these people in the crowd knew. They knew. These were a couple of rich guys. They handed these two an ass whipping like none you've ever seen. I mean, it was bad. You think that what I was telling you about the whole wrestling thing was bad? This was even worse. This was even worse. Because, you know, these two kept going on about how much money they had, how they could buy this, how they could buy that. Oh, I'll make sure they put you under the jail. I'll buy the judge. In fact, I'll buy the whole fucking court system, you sons of bitches. I've got that kind of fucking money. And the more they talked about how much money they had, the harder they got their asses whooped. You would have thought would have thought that with all this money they had, they would have some sort of fucking sense. That they would connect the dots. They're not trying to rob you, and they're beating your ass harder the more money you talk about. Then that's when things took a really interesting turn, right? Because the people started taking a little bit of money they had in their pockets and shit and started giving it to these two jackasses that they're beating down. Pretty soon everybody around them was completely and totally broke. They were throwing their debit cards at them. Fucking change. It was funny as fuck. They were like beating down and then throwing money at them. They were like two beat down strippers. Except they were dudes. Well, I guess dudes can be strippers too. But they weren't stripping. They were getting their asses beat. And it was lovely. I was enjoying every minute of it. I went over there and got me a couple of kicks in too. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck your cars. Fuck your prime deals. You should be shipping shit for fucking free anyway. You fucking son of a fucking bitch. Bow! He's like, what is this? What are you guys doing? Aren't you worried about the fact that we could have your lives destroyed? No, actually you can't, Jeff. You're not in your home planet, your dimension. This is a dimension where things are the exact opposite. Rich people are looked at like bums. Bums are looked at like you guys were looked at. So, guess what? Your money here actually means we can kick your ass. In fact, you should call the cops. Call the cops. Yeah, call them, right? Do my phone app. And they dial 911. Hello? Oh, God. Help us. How can we help you? That's 911. It's your emergency. We're rich. We're getting our asses kicked. You're rich? You're getting your asses kicked? Yes. Help us. We'll be right there. You guys are in trouble now. They'll be right there. And they were right there. You should have seen it. It was like 6 cop cars. 6 cop cars. Pulled up. Fucking 4 cops each car. Cops were actually riding in the back where you would lock up the prisoner just to get a piece. Just to get a piece. They hopped out the fucking police cars, let their friends out. Cops came over there. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk were like, oh, you guys are gonna get it now. Shut the fuck up. We're not gonna get shit, right? Cops come over. They stand up. Everybody stops for a hot second. They dust themselves off like, excuse me, officer. I want to press the charge. Cop punches him right in the fucking mouth before he gets to finish talking. Punches him right in the mouth. He does. Dude falls down, teeth are falling out of his fucking mouth and shit. The other one's looking real surprised now. Real surprised now. You know what I'm saying? I think he's starting to catch the fact that, guess what? Your money means your ass gets kicked. Doesn't mean that you're going to be looked the other way. Tries to bribe the officer. I'll give you. I don't want your fucking money. What do you mean you don't want my money? I'll pay you to stop letting them beat my ass. I'll pay you so you won't be. No. I don't want your money. How does this end? With you getting your ass kicked. It was a royal beatdown. And we beat their asses for like an hour and some change. Left them lumped up, bloody, couldn't even recognize their fucking faces anymore. Then I sent them back to their regular dimension. They both popped up in their prospective homes. Their servants and shit were looking at them like, what the fuck happened to you, Mr. Musk? Are you alright? No! Of course I'm not okay. Look at my face. I wouldn't have recognized you if it wasn't for your watch that you always had me shine for you. Just to put on a different watch. What happened? Oh, woke up in this dimension. They hate rich people. They hate rich people? You mean like we hate rich people here? No, not like you guys hate us. You guys just talk shit about us behind our backs. They beat our asses. They beat your asses? Who? There was 2 of you? Yeah, it was Jeff Bezos, guy, Amazon. Yeah, I know. They order stuff from his ass all the time. They send me the wrong shit. I gotta argue with them on the phone, and I feel bad for arguing with them on the phone because they're just like me, working for assholes like you. Hey, watch your. You know what? Can you mind getting me a latte? And beat the other one right out of me. Can I have a pair of pants? Some boxers that are clean, perhaps? Call a doctor? Now you would think these two fucking assholes would have learned a little bit of fucking respect for the people around them. No, they didn't. After they healed, which took a few weeks, we beat them down pretty fucking good. I mean, we beat their fucking asses. Me and my friend here, my new friend, I don't know what his name is and don't get two fucks. All I know is that every week he comes and meets me with his dimensional portal, and we go kidnap rich assholes and politicians. We bring them to their dimension and we show them how things work on the other side of the fence. But none of them ever come back learning anything. They just come back, they heal their wounds, and they continue being dicks because they know it's this world. One of these days, I intend on leaving them over there permanently and bringing one of their replacements here. Although that would kind of be bad if I brought one of their people to this world. Although it might not be so bad. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell them that they're here, right? Like bring the equivalent of like an Elon Musk from their dimension here. He'll be giving his money away. He'll be giving it away, donating it to everything. Not knowing that in this land, being broke isn't a good thing. But he won't care because he'll be so used to having been rich and getting his ass kicked that he'll welcome being poor in this world. He'll welcome it. He'll be like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. Fuck the respect. Fuck. You guys talk all the shit you want to me. I'm giving all my money away. Because here people accept it. I'll be the first one to go take it. Like, hey, you can give me all your... Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to that dimension, grab a couple of rich people, beat the shit out of them, and then bring them here when they're knocked out, and they're going to wake up and be like, now give me all your money so I don't have to beat your ass anymore. And they'll be like, okay, here. And then I'll send them back to their dimension. I'll have their money. And see, they'll be poor in their dimension. So they'll be good there, and I'll be good here. That's not a bad idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that in the fucking first place. Stop all this struggling a long time ago. Sometimes I just don't think, right? It's too easy. It's too easy. Well, anyway, like I said, me and the dude, the other dimension, we link up from time to time. He comes here, sees how we live, and I go there and I live it up. He doesn't like our dimension too much. You know what I'm saying? And I don't blame him. He's middle class in his, which is not too bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Here, it's bad because, middle class really doesn't exist. So when he's here, he's broke. And he doesn't like how it is being broke here. He doesn't like it at all. Cops, for the first time, beat him up. He was begging for some shit in front of a fucking store. He didn't understand that here, begging is not seen as a good thing. People were yelling at him and shit, telling him to get the fuck out. If you're begging, it's against the law. Call the cops on you. He's like, do you have money? They're like, yeah, we have fucking money. We're not giving it to you. He's like, oh, go ahead, call the cops. He's thinking that, the first time it happened, that it kind of worked like it did there. Cops came, and he's like, these assholes don't want me begging. He's like, panhandling is illegal, sir. Now, what kind of shit is that? He cussed at the cop. The cop didn't take too kindly to that shit, slapped him. He tried to resist, and they beat him down. He was like, you know what, I don't like it in your world. I said it's not for everybody. It's definitely not for most of the people who live in it. Trust me, we don't really care for it much either. But, we can't bring everybody from this dimension to your dimension. That just wouldn't work. Well, I want to thank you all for joining me for another one of my stupid stories. Wasn't scary, unless you're rich. If you're rich and you're watching this, well then you've got problems. This is not for rich people. I prefer my audience to be middle class and broke and working class people across the world. You don't have to be an American. You can be whatever the fuck you want, or from wherever you are. Just not rich. You fucking assholes always stealing shit from people all the time. You steal our ideas. You steal our lives, basically. Make us work for just enough to keep us working. It's like, whatever happened to working a certain amount of time and then you could stop and enjoy all that work you did? Not anymore, you can't. You gotta work until you're dead. Then, if you didn't make enough while you were alive, your family has to pay for you to be dead. It's like, why can't you just dig a hole in the backyard and throw their fucking body in there and just call it a day? Put a little tombstone up there and say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Fuck your cemetery and fuck all that shit. Oh, because somebody's got to make some fucking money. Like, you know what I'm saying? You own your own property, right? Let's say you do. Like, some people own their own home. They're not planning on selling it or anything like that. It's their family home, right? They got some land. Maybe not a lot, but how much land do you need to just bury your own fucking family? Not much, right? But no, you can't do that. You have to spend all this fucking money having your body carted away to a corner and then put on a refrigerator so you don't rot and stink up some shit. Then you have to be made to look all nice and shit, makeup and stuff all over your fucking face, so that they can put you in an expensive fucking box that they're gonna charge you thousands and thousands of dollars for, to stick you in a ground that you have to pay them for. And I don't know if you pay for this once and that's it, or if you pay over a period of time, or if it's a monthly fucking charge like goddamn fucking rent. But I don't understand it. The way I see it is, when I die, I should have the option of either having my family dig a hole and toss me in it, stick a stick there and say, here lies dad, he was a dad. Or, you know, chop me up into little pieces, put me through a wood chipper and shoot my body into a river somewhere. Put me in a big barbecue grill, burn me to ashes, and scatter my ashes in some pepper plants. There should be choices. There should be choices. You shouldn't have to spend money to die. I think that's fucking foolish. Thousands of dollars. Thousands. You know, I've heard of people spending upwards of like $15,000 to $25,000 after they're dead. And then don't owe nobody shit, right? Because they're gonna be like, oh, wait a minute. Or he left money behind. Yeah, he did for his family. Oh, no, I don't think so, buddy. He owed this, and this. Yeah, well, he was paying. Yeah, I know he was paying us while he was alive, but he's dead now. So we want that money that he owes us. But he's dead now. So what? But he's fucking dead now. He can't pay you. And that money belongs to us. No, it doesn't. We're going to take you to probate court, make sure we get our cut first. Instead of just saying, oh, the guy's dead, fuck it. Let his family have it. No. It's like walking around with somebody's hand in your pocket all the fucking time. Just in your pocket. Every time you turn around, somebody's hand's in your fucking pocket. You know what I'm saying? And it's always the motherfucker that has money. They already have money. They don't want you to have any fucking money. So they nickel and dime the fucking shit out of you for everything. You know how rich people stay rich? They don't spend money. And most of the time they don't have to. You know, they go to places where rich people are looked at as some kind of fucking royalty, and it's like, oh, it's such an honor to give you this for free. Why? They have the money to afford it. Make them fucking pay. In fact, make them pay twice. Shit. I'd be like, right, I work for Elon Musk. Let's just say I was working at like a Tesla dealership, and this Tesla dealership has this really unique Tesla, and he wants it, right? But I'm a salesman. If I give it to him, I'm not getting any commission on that. You know, and you think he gives two fucks? No, he's just gonna walk in there. I'd like that one right there. I'll have this salesman ring me up. No. No, I'm not ringing you up. Fuck you. You're not paying cash for it. I'll get no commission on this. And I've already got a person who's gonna buy it with money. I don't care. My name is Elon Musk. I own the company. I want that car. Can't find it anywhere else. They only made 10 of them this year, and all the rest of them got sold. Well, I'm selling this one actually tomorrow. I've already got a deposit on it. I stand to get a good commission. I don't care about your commission. No, what would be cool is if you'd be like, look, Elon, you own the company, right? Why don't you buy this car from me? You can write it off in your fucking taxes, some dumb shit, whatever. So I get my commission. And in fact, be a decent guy. Pay twice what it's worth. Pay twice what it's worth. You think they're gonna do some shit like that? No. But it would be nice if you could force them to, right? You know, small businesses, you think that they get to do that type of shit? Walk into their own establishment. Let's say they make sandwiches and shit. Eat their sandwiches. Like, hey, Dad, I'm hungry. Oh, yeah, go and make yourself a sandwich. Use whatever you want. Fucking kid goes back there and makes a fucking monster sandwich with every meat and cheese there is. Best bread they've got. Fucking meat out the ass. They can't even fucking close. It's just like 2 pieces of bread. You don't even see the bread. You just see meat slapped on top of it. Dad goes back there to make a sandwich for a customer, realizes he hardly has any meat. He didn't charge his son for the fucking sandwich, because why not? You know, we own the business, so we're just going to take money. You know, see, they don't do that. You know, people who own small businesses have to put money into their businesses a lot of the time to keep their businesses afloat, which is not a really good way of doing things, but it's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But these rich fucks with the money to spend don't want to spend money, so they go to their own shit and they take it because it's not a loss to them, it's a loss to everybody else. Because they'll just write it off later. Be a small business and try to write some shit off, and it's all of a sudden you're getting audited and shit like, hey, what do you mean you use 8 pounds of meat? Write it off as an expense. What expense was it? We were hungry. Oh, we don't give a fuck about you being hungry. Small business loses money. They don't get that shit back in taxes. They don't get any of it back. They go bankrupt. Out of business. There you go. Next thing you know, they're working at the sub shop that they used to own because somebody bought them out. But these rich motherfuckers, these multi-million and billionaires, a bad year for them is still a good year for them. Oh, we lost $700 million this year. Yes! Because they'll probably get half of that in tax write-offs. Oh, wait. Or how about this one? I love this one, right? This company is too large to fail. Why? They did poorly. They ran their business like jackasses. They should fail. But no. Taxpayers, we're going to bail these large corporations out because, you know, if they fail, well, then rich people won't be rich. We can't have that. This is a capitalist society. In the society of capitalism, the states that those who are rich must remain rich and those who are poor must remain poor. That's how this works. So therefore, we're going to take your money and we're going to give it to them. Now, flip side, COVID happened, people were out of work. Oh, you fucking people who we told can't go to work. Not that you worked badly and got sent home because you are a jackass or lazy and you're not working. No. We've told you can't work because of this pandemic. And we don't want to give you any money either. We're going to argue and we're going to bitch and we're going to fucking moan. We're going to drag our goddamn feet. Meanwhile, people are starving and shit. Literally. Can't feed their families, can't pay their bills. Oh, we'll just say that you don't have to pay rent for now. I somehow believe that the 98% of the people in this country that work their asses off for pennies are too large to fail. What happens if everybody becomes desperate? What happens when all the resources that this government is supposed to put aside for the people has been spent on the corporations, what happens when there's nothing left for us? What are we supposed to do? They keep coming up with laws to keep us from becoming self-sufficient for a reason. Zoning laws so you can't grow this, you can't grow that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You grow vegetables and shit, but you can't sell them because you haven't been approved by some government agricultural agency because your vegetables might not be grown to the same standards as all other vegetables. Really? Really? You import most of our food from countries we don't even fucking agree with, and you feed this shit to us. You feed us chemicals, and you feed us garbage and processed shit. You poison our land, poison our water. You allow corporations to poison our land, water, and air, and you do nothing. But then if we try to take care of ourselves, there's some law or loophole that we have to jump through. You've made it so we can't even fucking compete. Legitimately. I remember back before there was like a zillion hot sauce companies, and there was just a few of them, you know? If I hadn't kept my head straight, I'd probably be one of those hot sauce companies. But that's neither here nor there. My point is this. Big ass large corporations like Walmart come in and set up shop wherever they feel like it. Most people think it's a convenience. And then they realize, well, Walmart doesn't necessarily have all the brands I want. They have most of them. But I like that little shop around the corner that has like those specialty brands. And you go to your little shop around the corner to get your little specialty brand, you realize, well, Walmart put them out of business. Their prices were better. Now you can't get that specialty thing that you wanted because, well, it doesn't exist anymore. And this person can't sell it out of their house because it's against the law. They're not producing chemicals. They're not violating any real laws like, you know, child labor laws. Like, ooh, imagine if your kid helps you make the hot sauce, right? And you're selling this hot sauce. The government will probably come down, hey, you're violating child labor laws, we're going to have to shut you down. Your son's helping you make hot sauce. This is a business. No, wait. No, hold on. Wait. Time out. What about Kia? God damn it. You gonna ignore the elephant in the room? No, that's none of your business. They pay us to keep you guys from doing what you do. Lobbyists. Basically, they're a bunch of fucking people who bribe government officials legally. Lobby? Why don't they just call it what the fuck it is? Legal bribery. Hey, John. Yeah, what's up? There's going to be a vote in the Senate coming up in a couple of weeks about putting brakes that actually work on trains. Really? That sounds like a good idea. It's expensive for us. How expensive? Oh, we'll have to spend a few million. A few million? That does sound kind of expensive. Yeah, it'll cut out of the 480 million or billion that we want to spend on buying our own company's stock. Oh God, we can't have that. So how much are you going to pay me to not vote for this bill that would actually save lives? How about 50 grand and a few trips here and there on us? Sounds like a plan to me. Let's vote against this fucking bill that'll save lives and make sense because you guys are going to pay me to do so. Sounds like bribery, doesn't it? Sounds a lot like bribery. That's like me saying, hey officer, hold on. Why don't you look the other way for this speeding ticket? I'll give you like $50 and you just ignore this speeding ticket. You're going to jail. But these douchebag fucking corporations get to do this shit legally. And they call it lobbying. I love how they have all these words for politicians and capitalist nonsense. You know, like, if I want something and I'm willing to pay for it, I should be able to say, I wasn't bribing this officer. What do you mean you weren't bribing him? You offered him money? Yeah, I was lobbying him. What? Huh? Yeah, I was lobbying him to my cause. I don't feel I should have to pay a ticket because, you know, speeding wasn't such a big deal. Nobody's life was in danger. It was an open road. There was nobody else around. So I'm lobbying this officer with this offer of $50 and a free fucking steak and cheese sub and to let the ticket go the other way. You see the logic in what I'm saying, right? It does make sense, right? Of course it does. How about this? Filibuster. Is anybody familiar with what filibuster means? We are supposed to be passing this budget, but we don't agree on it. So rather than doing our fucking job that we get paid for and have free healthcare for and money out the ass and nice homes and shit, while the American people are fucking suffering and struggling to make ends meet and to put food on their fucking table and pay their bills, to have lights, heat, and all the other necessities that they need, we're going to filibuster. We're going to filibuster because, you know what, we don't agree with what this is. You know, we're not going to do our job. We're going to come in, we're going to come to work, but we're not going to do a fucking thing. And we're still going to get paid for it. Once again, you do that at your job, you're stealing company time, right? You're supposed to be working while you're on the clock. What if you decide, I'm going to sit on my ass? I'm not going to do anything because I don't agree with working 8 hours a day for fucking pennies and not getting a real break. Fucking boss comes in. Hey, what are y'all doing back here? You're supposed to be making shoes. Excuse me, sir. We're filibustering. Filibustering? What the fuck is that? We're filibustering. What do you mean? Well, we don't agree with some of the practices that you have here and shit, and we still feel that we should get paid to sit on our asses and do nothing at all while your company goes down the drain. And you call this what? I said it's filibuster. Filibuster. And that's a real thing? Yeah. Our Congress and Senate do it all the fucking time when they need to pass a budget and they don't agree. While we suffer. So yeah, we're doing what they do. Right? It's legal. They do it all the fucking time. But imagine that. No, we can't do that. No, we have to go on strike, lose money, potentially lose our jobs. We can't just filibuster, have full pay and benefits at the same fucking time, and filibuster for as long as we feel need to. Well, you know, I don't agree. Or how about this? Abstain from work, but still get paid for it. You know what? Today is Friday, and I don't believe that Friday should be a day that I work, so therefore I shall abstain from Fridays working. But I still want my money, because I should be entitled to it. If they can live like that, we should be able to live like that in everyday life. That's where I feel. But I've gone on long enough. You all have a great night. Take care of yourselves.